the arrival of the official party, the singing of the national anthem by Staff Sergeant Garcia, and the invocation given by Chaplain Sykes.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Tradition as I pray mine. Almighty God, sergeants are the army. Embolden them to own their worth, to bear the standard. Our nation's liberty and our citizens' peace is at the expense of their consistent labor. Grant them selfless grit to carry more, to march further, to sleep less, to shoot straighter, stand taller, and to never bend the knee unless it is to honor you or the loss of a fellow soldier. Give them unquenchable passion to inspire and rally their troops for every right cause. Let them never forget that our mission is the ethical application of land combat power. Let us be more ethical, and by God, more powerful. To our honored guests, let this ceremony renew their faith that we are the people of the United States of America, and our army, your army, is a reflection of our collective commitment to liberty's success. Let them rest in knowing your army will hold the line in every climb and place, through every storm, through every conflict. We will fulfill our obligations. We will never accept defeat. God bless the United States of America. God bless the United States Army. Let us forever fight and win. In your name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Commandant of the United States Army Non-Commissioned Officer Academy Parks, Command Sergeant Major George Camarena. You can read Command Sergeant Major Camarena's biography in today's program.
All right. Wow. What an awesome turnout. We're still finding seats back there. That's really cool. Distinguished guests, family, friends, thank you for joining us today. I think this marks a monumental milestone in the soldiers that sit before you. And this is the journey where they get to become non-commissioned officers. This is that milestone. I want to give a round of applause to our national anthem singer. That was amazing. The other thing is, I want to say thank you to all the cadre, all the staff, and all the SGLs and the BLC staff that have put this together, not just the graduation, but the entire course itself. So please help me give them a round of applause as well. To our veterans, thank you for always supporting us. Our American Legion and VFW vets, you guys show up in force all the time, no matter what. So we thank you so much for your support. And I want everybody on this side to look over at them, because they represent our lifelong journey, our lifelong brotherhood and sisterhood, in our commitment to defend the Constitution of the United States. This nation is great because we volunteer to do that. And what they represent is the fact that you, as an American soldier, can walk into any city, any state in the United States and never be a stranger. Those organizations will always welcome you with open arms, and you will always be a brother and sister in one of those organizations. We can't show you that, but their presence here absolutely does. Well, I'm not your guest speaker, but I would like to introduce him. Command Sergeant Major Richard Allard is a good friend of mine and classmate from our graduating class at the Sergeants Major Academy, Class 69.
Be the difference.
Be the difference. That was our motto, Sergeants. It goes by fast. Cherish the moments like today, because you'll have many more in your future. Sergeant Major Allard is the 79th Infantry Brigade Combat Team Command Sergeant Major, but more importantly, he is a senior enlisted advisor for Task Force Torch. Task Force Torch is responsible across the state of California to nurture and put folks into the Army and help them through that journey. He's working with people that are from 5th through 9th grade and beyond, for those that are lacking credits and those that are struggling and need help to get there. I think it's an incredible mission that he's got, because essentially he's making the impact, and he's putting in folks in the Army that are going to sit in your chair one day. More importantly, these folks that Sergeant Major Allard is impacting are going to be your soldiers. Sergeant, it's with my pleasure to introduce my good friend, Sergeant Major Richard Allard.
So I thought I was going to write like a super cool speech. Good morning, everybody. I thought I was going to write a super cool speech, and then Chaplain Sykes came up here and just made me look like a third grade speech writing contest. So thanks, Chaplain, for that. Hey, good morning, class. Thanks. Good morning, Sergeant Major. I saw you rehearse that, and then I immediately forgot it. Hey, Sergeant Major Camarena, thank you for hosting me here today. First of all, let me say congratulations. You guys made it. You survived the PowerPoint marathons, mastered the art of the group project, and most importantly, you didn't lose your sanity over the drill and ceremony evaluations. Also, the jumping talk when the power went out here, and adapting and being resilient throughout this class as it was. So you can go through, and when you graduate, you can be like, oh, when did you go to BLC? Oh, I went through when it was hard. You guys actually get to say that now. So that alone deserves a round of applause for you guys. So becoming a Command Sergeant Major, you get the opportunity to give these speeches at places, and sometimes it can be a bit pontificating or bloviating, and I don't really subscribe to that theory, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some perspective. Some perspective just simply as an Army leader over 26 years in an evolving Army. Starting pre-9/11, okay? Starting pre-9/11 as I joined the Army in 1999. I know what you're thinking. The answer is yes, I joined the Army when I was 7 years old. That's why I look so young. Hey, so pre-9/11, through the global war on terrorism, and now in a modernizing force to focus on large-scale combat operations with a near-peer or a peer enemy. Listen, there's millions of people who spend their entire careers searching for what they're supposed to be, know, and do as a leader. Some search their entire lives, traveling the world, to find that they already knew the answers all along. So I'm going to save you some time and some miles. You already know, sergeants. You already know what you're supposed to be doing and what your purpose is. Don't waste time. Roll up your sleeves and move out with purpose. I need sergeants to be lit. Okay, that sounds weird saying it, okay? But check it out. It sounds super cringy. I'm not just trying to connect with the kids. Okay, my dear friend, Command Sergeant Major Sam Uden, he taught me this. It's an acronym. LIT. Lead, inspect, and train. As a sergeant, your immediate primary purpose is to lead, inspect, and train your troops. Sure, it sounds a bit of an oversimplification, but let me explain. You must lead. Leadership isn't hard, and it isn't as hard as all the TED Talks, the books, the podcasts would make it seem like. Leadership is like a fart. If you have to force it, it's probably crap. But I'll let that sit with you for a minute. Leadership in its purest form should happen naturally. Don't wait for distance, direction, or description. You are now expected to be proactive, intrinsically motivated, exercise disciplined initiative, and get results. Show genuine care, empathy, and meaningful support to your soldiers' passions, personal lives, and interests. And above all, lead with passion, not emotion. Leadership is not always easy, even if it does come naturally. Most of the times it's difficult, demanding, and downright not fun sometimes. One thing that makes it easier is to care. You can be taught every AR, FM, TC, every regulation, every policy the Army has to offer. The one thing that you can't be taught is to care. To care about your chosen profession. You heard Sergeant Major talk about it. It's your chosen profession. You have to care about your responsibility to make your soldiers more lethal and enhance their survivability. Put that then at the forefront of your mind, and leadership will get easier. Good leaders not only know the way, but they show the way. You must inspect. You are the subject matter expert in the squad or team. You should know what right looks like and demand that your team and squad look right too. That applies not only to uniforms, equipment, and training, but also to the demeanor, the language, and the behavior of your organization. In a world so polarized with rhetoric and opinions about values, you are the first point of influence for the climate of your organization. If any derogatory, demeaning, incompatible, or inappropriate behavior occurs, you must be the first to say, not in my squad and not in my Army. There's only one set of values I need you to care about, and that's the Army values. There's one standard, the Army standard, and you will enforce it as sergeants. And you must train. The fundamental genesis of a non-commissioned officer is a trainer. That's why we exist. Going all the way back to 1636. I know you guys used to hear in 1775, but guess what? The National Guard is old school, and we started in 1636, training civilians and citizens to make them into soldiers. So again, the fundamental genesis of the non-commissioned officer is a trainer. You're the primary instructor to ensure that your team and squad is trained, proficient, and ready to fight and win America's wars. Tough, realistic, and rehearsed training to standard is what you enforce and what you must demand. You have a solemn responsibility to forge America's fighting force in the crucible of training. You cannot take this responsibility for granted or provide it half-heartedly. Now, I can't tell you when this Army is going to go to war. I'm not privy to any more information than you are or anybody else in this room. What I can tell you is that the reason we exist as an Army, the reason any Army exists, is to fight for and defend its country. It may not be in my career, it may not be in yours, but one thing is certain. This Army will go to war again. And when that day comes, the foundation of that victory will be laid in your squads, in your training, and in your leadership. We are living in unstable times. The world is shifting under our feet. And whether you realize it or not, your soldiers will look to you for strength in that chaos. The threats we face are real, evolving, and closer than we think. Gone are the days of assuming that we'll always have a technological overmatch or the luxury of uncontested battlefields. The fight ahead may not give us time to adapt on the fly. This is why you must cultivate a warrior mindset, a relentless drive to be the hardest, smartest, and the most lethal force on the battlefield. It's not about anger. It's not about aggression. It's about control, discipline, and the will to win. It's about understanding that hesitation gets people killed. That you as a leader do not have the luxury of uncertainty. A warrior mindset means staying ready, always. It means drilling your team until muscle memory replaces fear. It means setting an example of resilience, adaptability, and absolute preparedness. When the time comes to lead soldiers into the breach, into that fight, they need to see in your eyes that you are unshakable. Because if you break, they break. And if they break, people die, and it changes the American way of life. Some of you have already seen combat. Some of you will. Some of you may have to make the call that sends your soldiers into harm's way. But if you own that responsibility, if you embrace it, you will forge warriors ready to meet the enemy on a battlefield of our choosing and win. So train like your life depends on it, because someday it might. You already know what to do. You know how to act. You know how to lead. Your leaders before you and the training that you've gone through have taught you. Many of you have had bad leaders. I know I certainly have. And I've learned far more from the bad leaders than I ever have the good ones. Take the leadership competencies the Army has provided to you and develop and implement your own leadership attributes. And move out with purpose. Deliberately and passionately execute. You do not need to search for meaning. You just need to figure out how to become the leader that you wanted. Stay ready, young leaders. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. We're in a profession where the only thing constant is change. The Army we have known for the last 2 decades is not the Army of the future. You are the Army, you are the leaders of the Army of the future. And as you graduate today and go back into the greatest army in the world, do so with passion, devotion, and a relentless drive to provide outstanding leadership. Because when the time comes, you must be poised at the tip of the spear to lead a ready, adaptive, lethal, and dominating collective of American warriors through any adversary in your path. Stay hard to kill, class. NCOs lead the way. Dominate the fight. Thank you.
While attending the basic leader course, students may receive recognition for exceptional effort, contributions, and performance. The Distinguished Honor Graduate is a soldier who exceeded course standards, received first-time goes on all assessments, and attained the highest overall academic average. Ladies and gentlemen, the Distinguished Honor Graduate for Class 003-25 is Corporal Chaiwana. Corporal Chaiwana will receive a Commandant's Coin for Excellence. The Honor Graduate is a soldier who exceeded course standards, received first-time goes on all assessments, and attained the second highest overall academic average. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honor Graduate for Class 003-25 is Corporal Harris. Corporal Harris will receive an Honor Graduate Award. The Distinguished Leadership Award is presented to the graduate who demonstrated superior leadership as recognized by peer and cadre. Ladies and gentlemen, the Distinguished Leadership Awardee for Class 003-25 is Corporal Nunez. Corporal Nunez will receive a Certificate of Achievement and is also on the Commandant's list. The Iron Soldiers are the male and female soldiers who achieve the highest score on the Army Combat Fitness Test. They will receive a certificate from the Commandant for their achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, the female Iron Soldier for Class 003-25 is Specialist Arana. Ladies and gentlemen, the male Iron Soldier for class 003-25 is Specialist Wong. Specialist Wong and Specialist Arana will receive a certificate of achievement. Every cycle, learners compete for the Commandant's Writing Award by writing an essay addressing a professional military topic selected by the Commandant. The Commandant's Writing Award winner for Basic Literature Course Class 003-25 is Sergeant Boyd. Sergeant Boyd will receive a certificate of achievement. Soldiers may exceed course standards by attaining first-time goes on all assessments, by exhibiting outstanding bearing, professionalism throughout the course, and by achieving an overall leadership attributes and competence score of 480 or higher. Ladies and gentlemen, the following soldiers have earned their place on the Commandant's list for exceeding course standards. Sergeant Chang. Sergeant Clark. Corporal Diaz. Sergeant Estrada. Sergeant Hagney. Sergeant Kleinhans. Specialist Louder. Sergeant Palma. Sergeant Robinson. Corporal Suspia. Specialist Timothy. Corporal Turkin. Sergeant Vasquez. Sergeant Wagner. Sergeant Weller. Corporal Wilson. Please give a round of applause to those who exceeded course standards. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we will present the graduates from Basic Leader Course, Class 003-25. The classroom 1-1 small group leaders are Staff Sergeant Boyd and Staff Sergeant Lopez. The graduates in classroom 1-1 are Sergeant Carr. Yeah! Corporal Kavanaugh. Corporal Shanae. Sergeant Cox. Specialist Ewert. Corporal Hendricks. Sergeant Long. Sergeant McNeil. Sergeant Ramos. Sergeant Rogers. Corporal Santiago. And Corporal Yucra. The classroom 3-1 small group leaders are Staff Sergeant Brazier and Staff Sergeant Andrade. The graduates of classroom 3-1 are Sergeant Anlu, Corporal Manuelos, Sergeant Beard, Corporal Jim, Corporal Donovan, Sergeant Everett, Corporal Huerta, Specialist Lopez, Sergeant Lugo, Specialist McLaughlin, Corporal Richardson, Sergeant Romero, and Corporal Williams. The classroom 3-2 small group leaders are Staff Sergeant Garcia and Staff Sergeant Gonzalez. The graduates of classroom 3-2 are Sergeant Bernal, Sergeant Drury, Specialist Alistar Ras. Corporal Jones. Sergeant Kennedy. Specialist LaCour. Sergeant Odu. Specialist Black. Sergeant Keespay. And Specialist Swords. The classroom 4-1 small group leader is Staff Sergeant Vasquez. The classroom 4-1 graduates are Sergeant Alvarenga. Sergeant Alvarez. Specialist Bravo. Corporal Burns. Corporal Castellanos. Sergeant Cook. Sergeant Davis. Sergeant Lopez. Sergeant Lyons. Corporal Ruiz. And Specialist Sotelo. The classroom 4-2 small group leaders are Staff Sergeant Lumit and Staff Sergeant Quesada. The graduates of classroom 4-2 are Sergeant Andrews. Corporal Carlin. Sergeant Collier. Sergeant Dixon. Sergeant Fells. Corporal Godinez. Sergeant Lucero. Corporal Martinez. Specialist Padong. Sergeant Salcido. Sergeant Sanchez. Sergeant Santa Maria. Specialist Vallejo. Sergeant Wells. And Sergeant Zhao.
Certificate of Appreciation presented by the Commandant to Command Sergeant Major Aller Richard for your outstanding support as the Basic Leader Course graduation guest speaker on 6 March 2025. Your words of wisdom were an inspiration of the soldier of the class 003-25. On behalf of the entire NCO Academy, thank you very much. NCO, lead the way.
And join the graduates in reciting the creed of the non-commissioned officer led by Corporal Nunez.
The creed of the non-commissioned officer!
No one is more professional than I. I am a non-commissioned officer, a leader of soldiers. As a non-commissioned officer, I realize that I am a member of a time-honored corps, which is known as the backbone of the Army. I am proud of the corps of non-commissioned officers, and will at all times conduct myself so as to bring credit upon the war, the military service, and my country, regardless of the situation in which I find myself. I will not use my grade or position to attain pleasure, profit, or personal safety. Confidence is my watchword. My two basic responsibilities will always be uppermost in my mind: accomplishment of my mission and the welfare of my soldiers. I will strive to remain technically and tactically proficient. I am aware of my role as a non-commissioned officer. I will fulfill my responsibilities inherent in that role. All soldiers are entitled to outstanding leadership. I will provide that leadership. I know my soldiers, and I will always place their needs above my own. I will communicate consistently with my soldiers and never leave them uninformed. I will be fair and impartial when recommending both rewards and punishment. Officers of my unit will have maximum time to accomplish their duties. They will not have to accomplish mine. I will earn the respect and confidence as well as that of my soldiers. I will be loyal to those with whom I serve, seniors, peers, and subordinates alike. I will exercise initiative by taking appropriate action in the absence of orders. I will not compromise my integrity nor my moral courage. I will not forget, nor will I allow my comrades to forget, that we are professionals, non-commissioned officers, leaders. March along, sing a song with the army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. First we fight for the right and to build army goes rolling along. Then it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Out of the gate is loud and strong. For where we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
On your feet! Right, base! March time! March! Left! Right! Left! Right! Left! Right! Right! Left! Right! Right! Left! Right! Left! Right! Left! Right! Left! Long, long time ago! Turning on the radio! Something big is going on. Something big is going on. Someone down in Vietnam. Someone down in Vietnam. I got a letter in the mail. Got a letter in the mail. Go to war, go to jail. Go to war, go to jail. Got a letter in the mail. Got a letter in the mail. Go to war, go to jail. Go to war, go to jail. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Left to right to lay it. Left to right to lay it. Keep it instead. Keep it instead. Left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left. So smooth. I left my home. I left my home. Join the army. Join the army. I left my home. I left my home. Join the army. Join the army. The day I left. The day I left. My mama cried. My mama cried. She said that I. She said that I would surely die.